Right, guys. Manchester United won, Chelsea won. That was boring, is the best way I can describe it. That was devoid of quality in a number of senses. Um, I just had to watch back the highlights just to make sure I'm not missing anything in terms of the actual game itself. And unfortunately, I didn't miss anything that I thought in the game at all. United started okay in terms of their setup. They had kind of like a 4-1-4-1 with Ugarte holding, Casemiro pushing up against with Bruno, and Højlund kind of doing the grunt work of the pressing against the defenders. They were allowed to have ball with their centre halves, Chelsea. But as soon as the progression started, then that's when the press started to come. It worked to an extent because there wasn't really much from Chelsea in the first half. I know Madueke hit the post from close range off Nakama. That was it, really. Cole Palmer was quite quiet. It was kept quiet quite well. I know Rashford hit the post at the end of the half. That was all United really did. And Gary Neville saying that he mishit it. He was going across goal. He didn't miss it. He was going near post. He was going to try and slam it into the top of the into the roof of the net, but that didn't happen. But we'll get on to Gary Neville in a second for more of his insight. Second half, again, it was very similar. Casemiro puts a delightful ball into Højlund, who gets off the back of the defender, takes his touch, try to kind of round the keeper, and gets brought down for a penalty. It definitely was a penalty in my eyes. I don't see a reason why it being overturned in any way, shape, or form. Sanchez does catch him. Højlund makes a meal of it, but pretty much every striker in existence would do. Obviously, Fernandes sticks it away nicely, sending him the wrong way. And then I thought, yeah, let's hold on 10-15 minutes, see how we do. Maybe steal a second. However, not long after that, from a corner, Chelsea score. I think it was the only bit of decent quality in the whole game from Caicedo, and it's not even that good of a hit, really. It was hyped by Peter Drury on comms, but for me, he just hits it cleanly and low, and that's it. It just goes in the bottom corner. It's just a nice strike. But that was the best piece of quality in the whole game. So that shows how poor the game was. For me, the only takeaways from it are that we still look quite strong defensively, which is fine. Offensively, we're still lacking in goals. So not really much change. Alejandro Garnacho frustrates me heavily frustrates me because his decision making at times can be so lackluster, and his inconsistency is poor. So that needs possibly addressing. I think that if we had a bit more options, I don't think Garnacho plays the full 90. I'm surprised it wasn't him taken off instead of Rashford, unless we're probably going to start Rashford against POAK in the Europa League, and it's going to be Ahmad, or I don't think it'll be Anthony, but it'll probably be Ahmad. And we're going to have Garnacho on the bench, but Garnacho frustrated me heavily. He had two good chances to put the ball in the net and didn't do either. He basically passed it to the goalkeeper. That really annoyed me in a sense that I just wanted him to just step up and slam a ball into a net, for God's sake. The ref wasn't great as well. It wasn't stupidly bad like we've had before with David Coote, Michael Oliver, and all those. But Rob Jones it felt like he was very stop-start, and he controlled the game a little too much. Didn't let a lot of things flow. It was just frustrating, I think. some of the decisions the referee was making. The linesman as well putting the flag up for some decisions which were on the line. There was a one for Garnacho in the first half where I was like, that was close. It was too close for you to be able to call that straight away for me. But yeah, they were a bit frustrating as well. And finally, the last of the frustrating trio, Gary Neville. His criticism of United on commentary is getting to a point of which it might need to be questioned, because is it because of a standard that he sets, he had set when he was playing? Is it because he's a United fan and he knows the quality that the team can be? I don't know what it is, but there seems to be an overly critical play-by-play today, or analysis in a sense, from Gary Neville. The main part of it was the Martinez incident, where it's obviously Martinez gets a booking, it's a possible red, it gets checked by VAR and gets cleared. Now, my opinion on it was similar to Mike Dean's opinion, which is weird to say, because I didn't think there was much force in the tackle. He catches him on the knee, which is true, and he does stand on his foot. But do I think there was malicious intent in it? No, I think he tried to block a pass and then slipped. Similar to Fernandes, except Fernandes was already on the way down when he took the leg out. It's just that Martinez slips during the action. And yeah, for me, there was just a little too much criticism from Gary Neville, which is I'm not sure why that is. It sounds like a bitter ex, and that's what's worrying for me. But overall, the game was the game. We've got a point. We move on to POAK in the Europa League. Then we have Ruud's final game at home to Leicester. He's had 4 home games to deal with. We'll see how we go with it. Maybe he'll finish it unbeaten. We'll never know. We'll see. But if you've liked the video, guys, please leave it a like. If you haven't, leave it a dislike, comment with what you want to see on the channel. Subscribe if you are new. Until next time, guys. Take care.